Good morning, all. So today we discuss dimensioning practice, unit number 3. Okay, first of all, what is dimensioning? See, dimensioning is nothing but it is a process of specifying parts information by using lines, numbers, and symbols. By using lines, numbers, and symbols, we are just giving the information. We are just specifying the information of any drawing. That is called dimensioning. And the line should be always thin and continuous line for the dimensioning. As well as the numbering means we just give the dimension like a 20 mm, 30 mm, 40 mm, that is called numbering. And symbols are, for the circle we need to give the dimensions in radius or diameter. Okay, so instead of writing radius, we just give the symbol for radius, that is capital R. Similarly, diameter symbol is pi. Okay, that is the dimensioning. Okay, so generally the dimensioning have the elements are extension lines, dimension numbers, and leader lines. What is the extension line means? These are called the dimensioning. And dimension lines are the, see, it indicates the direction and extent of the dimension. That is called dimension line. And extension lines means it indicates the location on the object, location on the drawing. Similarly, dimension number is nothing but a 20 or 30 or 40, that is called dimension number. And leader line is nothing but a to measure the circle radius or diameter by using leader line. So the leader line, basically it looks like this one. This is called leader line. Okay, so after that, extension line. What are the rules for extension line is, so the extension line always leave a visible gap of 1 mm. That means, so this is the gap. For example, this is a drawing, so the extension line should be like this. So the gap between this extension line and the actual drawing to that is gap is 1 mm. Okay, and one more is the extension line, the distance between drawing or the gap between the drawing and gap line, that should be is 5 mm only, not more than 5 mm. That is the rule number 2 for extension line. Rule number 1 is the gap between the drawing and the extension line, that is the 1 mm, and the gap between the drawing line as well as the extension line, that is a 5 mm. Okay, 5 mm is enough for extension line. Similarly, dimension line. So the dimension line should be appropriately spaced apart from each other and the view. Okay, that means the dimension line, for example, this is the drawing, the dimension line, this is called dimension line, this is extension lines, this is dimension line. The dimension line, the space or the gap between drawing and the dimension line should be 5 mm only. Okay, next, coming to the dimension number. The height of a number, that is 20 or 30 or 40, the height of the dimension should be 3 mm only, not more than 3 mm. Okay, and the dimension number always present at the center, for example, so this is the dimension, so the dimension number should be present at the center, not at the edges, like this is at the edges presenting dimension number, that is wrong. Okay, should be at the middle only we need to present the dimension number. These are the some rules we need to follow. Okay, next, system of dimensioning. There are two types of general methods are available: aligned method, unidirectional method. So from these two diagrams we can observe the difference between aligned method and unidirectional method. In aligned method, the dimension number will be either bottom or right side of the drawing, but in unidirectional method, the dimension number is in between the dimension line. That means the dimension line is here breaking. That is called unidirectional method. See, for example, this is the dimension line, this is called aligned method. So if we draw dimension line in between the dimension line, that means dimension line is breaked here. This method is called unidirectional. This is aligned method, this is unidirectional method. Similarly, here it is the one more example. See, here 45, this is the angle, this is the 45 degrees is measured either above or bottom, not at the mid. Okay, in unidirectional method the dimension line is broken here. Okay, this is the difference between aligned method and unidirectional method. In the examination, if he asks specifically what is the draw a diagram, the dimensioning of a diagram in aligned method, that means we need to follow this method or unidirectional method. Okay, so this is aligned method. So this is unidirectional method. This is the difference between aligned method and unidirectional method.